The red light is blinking with the cameras. Good evening, councillors, members of the public, residents. Thank you so much for attending tonight on this, the Mayor Making Council meeting. Before we get into the agenda as such, I wonder if you just leave with me, please, perhaps, while I just take a little bit of time to give you a little bit of a resume of what I've done in my year. So during my year, I've been very fortunate to attend 72 functions, both in and out of our town. I was fortunate to attend functions in Kent, together with St Paul Mayor. My last official function was on Sunday at the British Legion VE Day Memorial. My wife Jane has accompanied me on many of these visits, and I thank her for that. It's always difficult sometimes going into some of these places almost raw, not knowing too many people. The most frightening was the Essex High Sheriffs were on, the all district councils there, and I found myself in the middle of this scrum half, and they were all sort of having a go at me. There we are. It's a memory. The opportunity to represent both the residents and our town has been a massive honour, and every single visit has been very memorable. On the blessing of the water, Kate judging, which was good, and the visit of Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal, which I have to say was the highlight of my year. I have enjoyed every official visit, meeting so many volunteers and residents, and always learning something new about the many institutions in our town. During my year, I was fortunate to instigate a health and awareness day with consultant surgeons from the Royal Colleges of Surgeons of England. These consultants were so impressed with our town that they have asked to return again in the autumn. So keep your eyes out for something like that in the autumn and the early winter. My chosen charity in my year was the Stroke and Dementia Group. And with the help of Tracy, Julie, Councillor Chapman and Councillor Morgan, we held a VE Day tea party. I was pleased to include the YMCA in my charitable donations for that event. And we have this evening representation from both of these charities, and I would like them to receive cheques for funds raised at the tea parties. May I ask the representatives from the Stroke Group and YMCA just to pop up here so I can give you some money.
Ladies first. Where are you going? Where?
Well, see you later. Sorry. So we can get money. Maybe more room this side. So we can get The Stroke Group has been paramount of my charity this year. We raised money on the Health and Awareness Day, and we raised money on the VE Day, and through other little things during the thing. And it is my honour, absolute honour, to present to you a cheque for monies raised on the VE Day tea party. And it was so good, and it's very good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charles.
Thank you.
Oh, we're going to have a picture. Okay. Thank you. So the YMCA also is involved in my heart. As you know, I'm helping out the YMCA as a trustee, and it was lovely that you were able to give us free lodgings for the VE Day.
Not for everybody, I might say.
And I have to say, I was so impressed with the way that you had to sweep everything up from Councillor Morgan's bonfire.
Yes. You should have done that.
And as a way of thank you, I'd like to present you a cheque, thanking you as well for helping me.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. What is your camera take so long? Okay. Yes, you go ahead. You say something.
I'm just going to say thank you to Mr. Mayor and all the council members here for your support. We're very lucky, rightly, to have our community. The Stroke Group is not just for the stroke people that have suffered stroke. It's as much for their partners, the children. Everybody needs a cup of tea and chocolate biscuit every so often. And sometimes they can walk through that door, they're nervous, worried, don't know how they're going to behave, or don't know how we're going to behave as well with them, but it works. And seeing people that, one of the nicest things that we both witness is one victim helping another victim get up while we have a physiotherapist there working with them. And to see one that's got as much needs as the other one has, to be able to help another victim is really lovely to see. We have a great day on a Monday afternoon. Anybody's welcome to come along and have a little look. I do have some leaflets. Whilst here, I'd like to also thank Essex County Council for their support for the stroke group, and helping us to go the right way to get some funding for the group, which is been smashing. So thank everybody for those that have been. Look forward to making a cup of tea and a chocolate biscuit for anybody who does want to pop round on a Monday at the football club.
Thank you very much. We've got wine afterwards. Thank you. Whilst we're giving congratulations and things and like that, our admin staff in the parish hall have gone the extra mile, helping and advising me on the correct procedure of how to be a mayor, and spanking my bottom when I'm not correct during my meeting. Yeah. And I'd like to formally thank Tracy and Julie for being there for me. Yay. It's not alcohol. Tracy, thanks so much for being there for me. It's been lovely. Okay, thank you. And Julie, I'll come to you.
Mine just.
Thank you for being there. Thanks very much, Julie. That's almost as big as you. And I will get told off for this next one, but I'd like to present my wife, who's been such a hard-working person with some flowers. I'm going to come to you, Jane. If you come up here, you've got a good moment. For all the cheese straws you baked.
Are we still going to get them?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Well done. It's very emotional, isn't it? Okay. So finally, I would like to wish the Mayor-elect and all councillors a wonderful year with a message to embrace all that is so good in Brightonsea and enjoy your forthcoming year. Okay, let's get down to doing some mayor making. So we are now on the proper agenda as such. The first item on the agenda is to elect the mayor for the municipal year 2025-2026. Councillor Judson, do you have a proposal?
Yes, Councillor Bailey.
Thank you. And Councillor Barry, do you have a
Yeah, I'd like to second that.
Okay, all in favour? That resolution is passed. Thank you very much. Councillor Bailey, would you like to come up here to take the very weighty chain? You're taller than me, so can't bend down.
Just stand behind him, John.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Just before we continue with the proceedings, I'd just like to make one point. I'd like to thank John and also Matt, who made a significant contribution during the year towards the town, and like to hope that I can follow in their footsteps. Secondly, I have not selected a charity that I'm off this year, That's because I haven't found one, but I'd like to do something for the youth of the town. So if anybody could pass that around so that people in the youth section could come and approach me, I'd like to talk to them. Thank you very much. So, if I believe the next item on the agenda is for me to read it. I'll let those say. So I, Christopher Pavely, having been elected to the office of Mayor of Brightlingsea Town Council, declare that I will take that office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it, according to the best of my judgment and ability. I undertake to observe the local government code of conduct, which is expected of all members of the Brightlingsea Town Council. I will now sign it. Okay. Thank you. So, ladies and gents, we move on to item number 3, which is the election of the deputy mayor. And I believe there's a proposer. Me? Of course it's me.
Hit the ground running, Chris.
I will. You've got to just not read too many lines in front. And seconder? Thank you very much, Councillor Pentley. All those in favour?
Who are you proposing?
Oh, sorry. I beg your pardon, I thought we'd already said that. Councillor Morgan was your proposition? My proposition. Councillor Pentley was the seconder. All those in favour of the election of Councillor Morgan? Thank you very much. As you say, you're elected.
Well, that's very much. Thank you very much. You don't have to move very fast.
Okay. So we move on to the apologies for absence.
Apologies from councillors Mitchell and Atkinson.
Thank you very much. None of those. So we have the minutes of the meeting held on the 17th of April 2025. I'd ask if there are any comments and are they correct? Thank you. Councillor Carl seconded them. All those in favour? Thank you very much. So finally on item 6, the declaration of members' interest to receive any pecuniary or registrable interest that are not on the agenda. Take that as a no. Thank you very much. Moving on to item 7 then, the appointment of the committees. And they're being proposed by you?
The first one.
Oh, the first one, sorry. Yeah, okay, got it. Yeah, come down, Tom.
Right, the appointment to committees is also to appoint chairman, vice chairman and members to serve on the following committees for 2025-26. Finance and Property Committee, which is 7 members, chairman Councillor Morgan, vice chairman myself, councillors Carr, Howard, Mitchell, Morgan and Hayley. Staff Committee, chairman is myself, vice chairman Councillor Steady, councillors Barry, Carr, Court, Howard and Johnson. Planning Committee, chairman Councillor Howard, vice chairman Councillor Pavely, councillors Barry, Chapman, Johnson and Morgan. This leaves 1 vacancy on this committee.
Okay, thank you.
I'm very happy to second that proposal by Councillor Chapman.
Thank you very much. Can I have a show of hands, all of those in favour? Thank you very much. Moving on then to the appointments of the teams. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yes, I'd very much like to propose to appoint the members to serve on the following teams for 25-26 for the Facilities and Community Assets, 7 councillors: Chapman, Howard, Mitchell, Morgan, Hayley, Pentley and Stenny, and the Environmental and Transport team, 7 members: councillors Barry, Court, Howard, Johnson, Mitchell, Pentley and Stenny. And the Welfare and Residence Services, there's 4 members: councillors Chapman, Howard, Johnson and Mitchell. and the communication and tourism team, 5 members, councillors Carr, Mitchell, Haveley, Pentley and Stead. Okay.
I like to second those proposals.
Thank you very much. So, can I have a show of hands in favour of that, then? Thank you very much. So that then moves us on to item 9, which is the appointments for outside bodies. Councillor Stead.
I would like to propose the following appointments to the following outside bodies. Essex Association of Local Councils and Tynwald District Association of Local Councils, Councillor Court. Cone Smack Preservation Society, Councillors Cara Morgan. Local Police Liaison, Councillor Chapman. Churchyard Committee, Councillors Howard and Morgan. Coastal Community Network, Councillor Court.
I'd like to second those.
Okay, thank you very much. Can I show of hands for those in favour, please? Thank you very much. Councillor carried. Moving on then to item 10, which is the appointment of trustees to Springmead Trust. I hand over to
Yes, I'd like to propose the appointment of council trustees. This will be custodian trustees,
Right.
as a subtle difference from management trustees. So custodian trustees, the following councillors: Atkinson, Carr, Judson, Morgan and Stead.
I'd be very happy to second that proposal.
Thank you very much. All those in favour? Thank you very much. Carried. So the appointments to 2 officers of, these are my proposal for safeguarding of 2 officers of Council Barry and Council Chapman, and for emergency plan, Council Chapman and Council Howard.
Mr Mayor, I'd be very happy to second that proposal.
Thank you. All those in favour? Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. So we then move on to item 12 on the agenda, which is subscriptions. I think you've all got the documentation. Do we need to read them out? So they have the subscriptions for this year's organisations, and we wish to authorise the payment. And do I have a proposal for this? Thank you.
Happy to second.
Thank you, Councillor Morgan. Can I show of hands, please? Thank you. Moving on to 13, which is the review of the following policies. And can I just make the point that financial regulations is under review by the Finance Committee, but we have to approve it until they come up with another version. So we're approving the old version at the moment. So the standing orders are first, financial regulations second, and code of conduct, are the ones that we've reviewed. I have a proposer for that, please. Councillor Carl, thank you. Second that. Councillor Steady. All those in favour? Thank you. So we've got round very quickly to the point where Councillor Goggin from Essex County Council is welcome to join the table and give us his report.
Okay, sit here.
Please do.
Apologies. See with that. Good evening. Evening. My report this month is, or my notes this month, slightly light because most of the month I was away in Egypt. Devotion to duty knows nothing in this council. Councillor Chapman phoned me and told me about an incident in the town. It was about 4 minutes into the call. I said, "You do realise where this is coming from, and that hasn't disgusted you." At which she didn't put the phone down, but she did carry on. You couldn't get to a meeting like this at the start of the new year. First of all, let me congratulate everybody that's been re-elected in some way, shape or form and received an office. It's fantastic. This is a big team effort, this whole Brighton Town Council. And it's very rude to pick out individuals, but I'm going to be rude. No matter how good a team is, no matter how good a crew is, you often and very likely need a good captain and you need a good pilot. In John Carr, Councillor Carr, I've seen a man blossom in his year of office, ably supported by his lovely wife, probably more than ably supported by his lovely wife. And I think the whole team has worked very well, but I think it's also been led from the front superbly. John, you're a credit to the town, you've been a credit to the town, you've blossomed, and I think you've done a fantastic job.
Thank you. Brush, brush.
So just quickly on to the bits and pieces. There's not, I haven't not been here the whole month, but other things have gone on. Just before I went away, I met with Councillor Carr down at the waterside, trying to sort out that leak down there. We've arranged for trying to get a drain cleaned there. There are lots of suspicions about how and what the cause is. If we can clear the drain outside the chip shop, that would possibly give some answers. So I'm trying to do that. I updated the council regarding the hedgehog crossing and the sign positioning. That should be happening very, very soon. And I think in terms of things specifically to Brightlingsea, I can't think there's anything else individually is there. So just really any questions from anybody?
Thank you very much.
Ian, you say that the wildlife crossing sign will be very, very soon. Last month it was just soon. Do we know roughly how long it would take?
Sorry, I'd love to say yes, but I came back yesterday and my inbox is so apologies, but the answer is no.
Could you find out?
Of course.
And then the other one I'm going to ask you to find out is about the speed and volume survey on Ladysmith Avenue. Last month it was meant to be going in, but it got delayed to Easter, and you said it would happen, I think it was very soon.
Yes.
How long is very soon?
Again, sorry, I'll come back to a whole pile of emails. In there will be some answers.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Are there any other questions? Therefore, I think it's traditional now to open it up if there are members of the public have any questions for you.
I'm shy.
Well, you've got away with
Can
it.
I just make one apology? I just, a couple of people looking at my feet. And you'll see a nice pair of trendy face shoes. I cut my feet on holiday, and at the moment these are the only shoes I can wear. But looking round the table, I have to tell you, I'm not the only one in trainers. And it's obviously a trendy thing. The white sole Nikes and even the mayor's in a.
Well, I know, yeah, they're not
I don't think they trained this.
I wouldn't want to run in them.
Okay.
Anyways, thank you very much, Alan. If there's no other questions, we can go to some answers.
I've actually noticed now, is that all right?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
See you then.
So this is excellent, I like this. So item number 15 already, the reports from the district council. I'll let you take it in whatever order you want to go.
Well, nothing to add really,
Right.
other than there is a sporting activity conference on Monday, which everyone has been invited to. And that, I mean, I think we're up to capacity at 100 attendees. But it's the first one to be held in Tendring, and I'm hoping that it will prove very positive in terms of engaging our residents in making them more active more often. So I'd just like to give that a thought.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I'm told that I've got a meeting on Monday, group leaders meeting, where I have been told there'll be an update on the waste management contract. So,
Excellent.
we're waiting for that bit.
I know, if I may, I'll just ask a question. I know you're in contact with this. When do we find out when they've made a judgment about the local plan? The decision about it?
There is a meeting on the 28th of May this month, which I think that the agenda is a brief outline on the consultation.
You can tune into that one.
Yeah, you can tune into that. Unfortunately, I'm on holiday, so Councillor Steady is subbing for me.
So it's on 28th of May.
Yeah. I'm
6
sure
o'clock,
that's
yeah,
6
6 p.m.
o'clock.
All right, okay, thank you very much. Councillor Stelly, do you have anything?
Just to say that, repairs are still ongoing with the path around the Padley Hall, if anything notice. And there's one area which is particularly, we've got a problem down there of water being caught when the tides come in. I noticed on one area they actually cemented it, so we can ask them to do that on another 3 or 4 sites down there. And in terms of remedial work, the faulty bollards to the car park have been replaced, and they do actually fit in the same car, similar design to our ones, which is on the Western Promenade, the fast ones. And obviously the drain by the outdoor shower has been unblocked, so that's all run freely now. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much. So if we can move on therefore to item 16, which is the team's report, and I think we'll start with the facilities and community assets.
Thank you, Mr.
Is it okay if I go now?
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
I'm sorry, a mistake, I apologise. Under my item, I made a note that the council, the members' initiative for potholes is come round again. As a result, Dover Road is being done on Monday onwards, as far as I understand it, but it now depends upon you to come up with your top 3 for the next round. Getting nominated for the top 3 doesn't mean it get done, it just means it gets nominated. So if as a council, you've got something you particularly want, do some
Right, yes, okay, thank you very much. Well, we'll do that in area.
And I think the Dover Road bit that I've seen, I went down there today, it's the Dover Road bit that Tom Tottish used to live in. I think that's numbers 1 to about. Is that it? And there's some lines.
When is the next one?
Sorry?
When is the next one? The next round?
Oh, every 6 to 8 weeks. It's normally 4 or 5 weeks gathering, and then looking at it is do we own the land? Is it something obvious? Has it been reported? So my week is next week. So the Dover Road one is being done, and I think I meant that today. But also bits and pieces, bits in quickly.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks. See you. Bye bye.
Thank you. So,
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Facilities and community assets, I think there's 4 recommendations there. Just quickly on 1 or 2 of them. On the hard response to the MNO, we have had acknowledgement, Mr. Chair, that they're now looking at it, so we hope to hear from them soon. The next recommendation is we're looking at starting with wide consultation with Waterside Development Group, which will start to formalise in the next coming year, looking at possibilities for the Waterside regeneration in the long term. And lastly, on the Baker's Tower Cafe, which I know a lot of people in the public are very keen to find out what's going on. We have, after we sent a very strong email to the lessee, received a full response today, and councillors will receive it tomorrow, which is quite a positive response.
okay, thank you. Any questions? No? Okay, thank you very much. Therefore, moving on to the environmental and transport team.
Do you want to just take the recommendations?
Oh, beg your pardon.
It's just to be approved.
Oh, right, okay.
We don't do that now.
We do it.
Yeah, just
Okay. All right, well, in which case, are you proposing?
I propose
recommendation? Can I have a second, please?
I'm happy to say.
Thank you very much. All those in favour? All those. Thank you very much, Carl. Thank you. Moving on then to the environmental and transport team.
Actually, I was on holiday and Graham took it for me.
Yeah, do you want to?
Would you like to do it?
Okay. Yeah, basically all the recommendations are there. And so I'd just like to propose recommendations for adoption.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favour? Thank you, that's fine. So, moving on therefore to the welfare and resident services.
Really briefly, up from what's there, that Peabody and citizens advise the full every week. There's a waiting list. I've been trying to have a quick count up to see what we've done over the year, and we've dealt with 15 housing issues, 19 attendance allowances have been brought in, 7 blue badges, 3 care packages which will enable people to stay at home, 3 wet rooms, I worked with 4 families and residents to allow them to go into care homes, and we've actually managed to book 5 COVID vaccinations sessions, but that's just the ones I can remember, so.
Okay, thank you very much. There's no opposition?
No.
Okay,
No.
any other questions? No, thank you very much. Communications and tourism, there actually hasn't been a meeting, but I intend to call the meeting tomorrow. Not actually call it, but dates for tomorrow. So we can deal with that one when we report to the next meeting. So if I may, I'll move on to item 17, which is the Finance Committee. And as our ex-finance chairman isn't there, I think, Jane, you take it?
I would just like to propose the recommendations that are in the report.
Yeah, I'm very happy to say.
Okay.
And I'd like also to put on record that to thank Dave for.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
going to
just
say
that.
that.
I think there's, we should have it committed, there's commendations today for all the work he's done throughout the year to bring with the help of, fabulous and fee-free.
You've got a hay fever.
I suddenly realised. Confidence fluttering.
Give Dave some flowers.
I suffer terribly from hay fever.
He's got a
fun
fun
baby behind him.
Sabotage.
Exactly, sabotage. So just having visited, congratulations to Dave and thanks for all his help, and also the help of the administration team. Just to point out on that one, I think it just needs to be noted, you are approving a new amendment to the financial regulations about asset values, which I think is important that it's noted in the main minutes. Okay, thank you very much. Moving on then to the Planning Committee, which... Oh yes, sorry, Part B. I forgot about that. I will get this wrong again.
Due to the end of the year, it's not been possible to provide the accounts for April 2025. This will be provided at the next meeting. Councillor Pavey and I, under the delegated authority to the Finance Committee, confirm that 20 payments in the sum of £15,520.55 have been authorised and payments made.
Okay, thank you very much. Moving on to item 18, which is the planning meeting. I have no particular items to bring out other than they're in the minutes. If there's any other comments or questions? Thank you very much. So very quickly, we've moved on to item 19, which is questions from the public. And again, if I can ask anybody that wishes to ask a question, and they stand up to give their name and their question.
Tony Chapman. In the light of the recent cyber attacks on Marks and Spencer and Co-op, can the Town Council assure us that their IT systems are robust enough to stop any intrusion or attack on your computer systems?
Good question.
I'll take a bit of that. We pay a significant amount of money to a professional organisation that runs our IT systems for us. It's run on the basis of the government regulations. They set out in some parts of the government the criteria for the protection of data, and in their contract with us, they have to agree to operate under those standards. Now, I'm not technically good enough to actually explain all those standards, but they are meant to be incredibly high. The fact that they broke into Marks and Spencer's is incredibly worrying for the government, because I suspect their systems are nearly as good, if not better, than the government's. But all I can tell you is that we have and do pay a licence into that protection system, and it's certainly as good as any other government agency. It's simply something that all councils and government agencies have to buy into to get into the .gov network. I don't know if you've got any.
Yeah, I'll just say the work we did a couple of years ago to kind of move away from the old system that we were running, I think makes us a lot more secure now. I think it's not perfect, but because there's actually there's only a few kind of terminals that are connected to our network really, so there's not that much risk outside of the office. It's not as if I click a dodgy link on my phone or my laptop, it's not going to do anything to the council, even if it's from my council email account. So we're quite protected in that way. But we're a lot better than what we were a couple of years ago.
Hopefully that answers your question.
Thank you.
Dave Stone. Myself and my compatriot here are often accused of being troublemakers, winding up certain councillors. But we do give people praise when it's deserved. And the first one I like to praise is Councillor Atkinson, as the chairman of the Finance Committee. We've attended those meetings. He's run them very well. I think he's really put the council finances. So all congratulations to him.
Yeah.
And the second person is the past mayor. I must thank him for the support he's given, particularly to the museum. And as he said, visit Princess Anne was a highlight of the year. We had to supply her with a lunch. I think you'll know that. And one of the last duties the past mayor done was attend the VE Day at the museum. And unfortunately, on that day, one little girl never had any sandwiches. Luckily, we had some spares. But if anybody wants to see who the culprit was with the sandwiches, I can show you.
Thank you very much. Is there any other questions? No? In which case, ladies and gentlemen, I'll move on to item 20, which is the town clerk's report.
Thank you. The Brightlingsea Free Music Festival requests permission to hold the 25 Music Festival on Hurst Green on Saturday the 2nd and Sunday the 3rd of August. Set up takes place Friday the 1st and take down on Monday the 4th.
You need it. Proposed and seconded? Councillor Carr, Councillor
Thank
Howard.
you. They also would like to know whether the council would like a stall space at the festival as in previous years.
I have to say, Chair, that it does work quite well now. Because if nobody's coming to you, it means that you can stroll around and just.
Okay. Yes, no.
So, yeah.
We're in agreement with this?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
thank you. And the second item, Fresh Air Festival would like to use the Western Promenade for its 25 event on Sunday the 7th of August.
I think that should be September.
I think you're probably right, I do apologise. 7th September.
Going back to the free music festival, which is a great event, obviously. Any chance that we can get our tent nearer the stage? Because it seems to always be right at the end.
No,
Which is.
Well, we're not going to listen to any of the residents.
It just seems that.
Okay. I think that was no, you got there. Can I get you?
Oh, I don't know.
No. Can I go back to the Fresh Air Festival?
7th September.
7th of September, proposed to second. Thank you.
Yeah, second.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Nothing else?
Like I say, it's really good to see, obviously, the music festival carrying on as it does, and it's its 25th year. I think there's going to be an exhibition in the museum around about the festival time, end of July, and during the festival weekend. And I'd encourage everybody to go along, have a look, and see the very entertaining history of the festival up to now. And also, I'm really pleased that the Fresh Air Festival is continuing. I know it relies on year-to-year funding, but it is a really different and very fun event. So pleased to see that back.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Okay. Any other items? Final item on the agenda is the schedule of meetings, which I think has been circulated. And yes, I've seen that. And do we need the first and second? Cheers, noted. Okay, thank you very much. Well, that brings us to the end of the meeting, and I'd like to observe that it actually has taken us less than, 40 minutes.
That I think is a record, so well done.
Only because they all wait for the wine.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we've arranged for a small celebration of the changes of the mayor. We'd like to welcome you to stay with us and enjoy a glass of wine or.
Call on camera, John.
I was.
Thank you very much.
Pass it round.
She cried.
We'll get up, blown up.
Yeah. I had to go to the car to buy some Jammy Dodgers. The passenger rolled up and her and the mate said hot pops.
So we didn't have any lunch.
To a train.
She's on the road,
He said, what?
You said it to me as well.
Do you know what we should do? A funny little thing of what he's got to do this year. Do you remember when he nearly set himself on fire with that burner? Swinging the fire around, weren't he? There was some fun moments.
Have you got it?
I've seen it. John, the best one was when you nearly set yourself on fire. That was
She's a lovely lady.
Did you see the health and safety? I had to go with you on the last one.
oh my God.
You wouldn't let me have a big stick. I have to say, what is this rubbish? That yeah, photo.
You've lost it.
Oh, you're very good.
I never used
Or I'm walking further in with the train.
That's for the, you've got that.